Not socialism.
Every word of that
fascism
was just clear to me.
So
every single syllable was just like, ugh.
Quick north and that's it. I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm from the Midwest, sir.
There's a town in West Virginia called Big Ugly.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
I love these facts so much.
Dude, there were legit 5 jokes running through my
Imagine
mind.
right now where you come from. Big Ugly. Yeah, that checks out. That ain't surprising at all.
Big, ugly West
Just look at
Virginia.
your ID. Are you the mayor?
Cause like even like out of context, it's just like big, ugly West Virginia. It's like, hey, our state isn't that bad. It's like, no, I'm just saying a city. It's a place that exists.
Big ugly, comma, West Virginia. Oh, I would hate it.
Oh, legitimately.
Imagine you're a basketball star hailing from Big Ugly, West Virginia.
This
You know, absolutely knows about the internet Triton because like a couple months after the Bowsette thing happened, they changed the crown's description. It was just like only Toadette can wear this crown. So it's just like kill that noise. Martin Luther King Jr. earned a C in his public speaking class during his 2 semesters in seminary school.
Who is that teacher?
Who's the dude?
Okay, is it a white teacher? And is that the reason why? Who was the dude that... Because you know you gotta wake up one day
They just go,
20 years later.
That must change everything.
And I gave him a motherfucking C.
He wrote the I Have a Dream speech in school. He's just like, why are you writing about dreams? Dreams are for children.
You'll never make it, Martin. This is trash.
Or does the dude wake up like, yeah, my C incentivized him to get better?
Y'all know I was his teacher.
Yeah.
And I told him that I was pushing him to do better.
Apply yourself.
Oh my goodness.
You can go one or two ways with that way. Either A, I'm a fraud, or B, I'm inspiring people so hard that I inspired the civil rights movement. Just through my teaching.
It's just some like physicist teacher in like the 30s is like, oh man, look, I'm looking through all these old papers that I got, physics papers. Look at this D- I gave to this kid named Albert Einstein.
Oh, no, surely that can't be the same one.
Dude, imagine Stephen King in a creative writing class. And like, C minus, sir. Your adjectives, I don't know what you're doing. A dog with rabies, what's up?
In Tupac in math class, the teacher just comes up, Tupac, what I tell you about white raps in class?
You're not gonna make it with this. You need these numbers. Get some bucks in you. And then 4 years later, you gotta dance around to slip up. You want to close banging it.
You know I taught Sue Tupac.
Oh, dude, I would never sleep.
I'd be shaking.
The PS5 in a year has outsold the Wii U's lifetime sales.
Y'all leave the Wii U alone. He tried his best.
Hey, consumers did.
Accurate.
That's not.
Yes, it is.
Early
Yes, it is.
adopter.
Exactly what we're going for.
Oh, dude, I will never forget that woman with all them Wii U's in the back of her car, thinking she was gonna flip them boys.
Oh, someone tried to do that near you guys?
No, it's a viral picture.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that.
You never seen it?
No.
Oh, dude, I'll look it up.
I think I've seen this.
It's unfortunate. Let's see what else we got. Well, actually.
Yep, all I had to look up was Wii U woman.
Wii U woman. Oh, this is gonna be
Get
good.
some. Get some, y'all.
No, I already got a new one for you.
Oh, okay.
Where's it going?
He posted it in chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Scalper beautifully boned.
Oh, and those are like even. Ooh. There's probably like 2 per box in the boxes behind her too. Yikes.
Boys in a back seat and everything.
Yeah, you can see him on the console. Dude, this is at least 10?
She's like, this is my retirement.
Yeah, she thought she was gonna flip these for double because remember the Wii was having supply issues, so this is the next console of the Wii, so why wouldn't I do it?
She didn't find it odd that she can buy in 15 of them?
Day one in the store.
Yeah, I was, because of like what the day I went through trying to get a Wii when it first came out, where I lucked the fuck out. By someone's generosity, which, where's that in this world? Where I was just so concerned about getting a Wii U day one, where I just walked into GameStop, I'm like, you guys go Wii U's? Yeah. Oh. Okay.
And no waste there, bruh.
Yep.
Remember at my GameStop, they had a tower of them built just for people to grab and go.
Yeah,
Why do you even gotta pay, Pimpin'? Just go ahead and take it.
because they thought it was gonna be another Wii situation where they were just gonna fly off the shelf. They probably overstocked and everything.
Oh yeah, GameStop for real had that problem.
Please take these. We need to put we have another display that we need to put here.
$100 off, please, anybody.
Can I get this keychain? Absolutely. And here's
Scott.
your complimentary Wii U.
I'm good.
Wii U featuring the upcoming great title, Zombie U. Remember that one? That was one of their big
They
hype
ported it.
titles.
They ported
Yeah,
it to like
yeah.
PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation 4. It was on PlayStation Plus.
I played it at a con. That was a fun game.
It was decent. I got it because it was a launch game.
I will just never forget that trailer. Everybody's just like, and? What?
Oh, I remember Mike hyping that bullshit up. Oh, I remember. It's so innovative where you're just like a zombie's coming, you gotta look down and go shit, 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 and try to get your thing as opposed to pause, find item. Oh, I remember you hyping that bullshit up.
Oh, wow, yeah. I'm having flashbacks to that now, too.
Oh, man.
It's a lot better in the Zelda games that came out for Wii U. Having the menu management there.
I minored in history with a focus on the development of Western European socialism. Not socialism,
Every word of that
fascism.
was just lit to me. I
So-
mean, every word, every single syllable was just like,
I'm
ugh.
quick north and that's it. I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm from the Midwest, sir.
There's a town in West Virginia called Big Ugly.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
I love these facts so much.
Dude, there were legit 5 jokes running through my mind.
Imagine right now where you come from. Big Ugly. Yeah, that checks out. That ain't surprising at all.
Big, ugly West
Just look at
Virginia.
your ID. Are you the mayor?
Because like even like out of context, it's just like big, ugly West Virginia. It's like, hey, our state isn't that bad. It's like, no. I'm just saying a city. It's a place that exists.
Big ugly, comma, West Virginia. Oh, I would hate it.
Oh, legitimately.
Imagine you're a basketball star hailing from big ugly West Virginia.
Nintendo absolutely knows about the internet Triton because like a couple months after the Bowsette thing happened, they changed the crown's description. It was just like, only Toadette can wear this crown. So it's just like, kill that noise. Martin Luther King Jr. earned a C in his public speaking class during his 2 semesters in seminary school.
Who is that teacher?
Who's the dude?
Okay, is it a white teacher? And is that the reason why? Who was the dude that... Because you know you gotta wake up one day and just 20 years later...
That mom changed everything.
I gave him a motherfucking C.
He wrote the I Have a Dream speech in school. He's just like, why are you writing about dreams? Dreams are for children.
You'll never make it, Martin. This is trash.
Or does the dude wake up like, yeah, my C incentivized him to get fired?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 288. Yes, a little late, Triton. Sorry. I was trying to help Ralph with some stuff and lost track of time.
Yeah, my fault. We were working on shit.
I would never tug collar.
Of course. All right.
Yeah.
So.
Did you guys hear the new Mario clip?
What?
Meow?
Yeah, the meow thing.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh no.
I don't understand what they're doing with that one. And I feel like it could have been done if he cared to do it.
Can I get it a little bit? Because I haven't heard it.
Oh, you haven't heard it? I got you,
Yeah,
sir.
it's the TV. You hear a little bit of Donkey Kong, too.
Yep.
I'll have to look into that later.
No. Why not put your best foot forward? Just go.
It's impossible
Can they
for Chris
mock?
Pratt.
Can 80% of the people easily mock this? Yes. All right, then pick another clip.
They don't know. They're like, you know what? This will. The young people will love this. It's like the Sonic thing, right, guys? Right?
Oof.
All right, I'm gonna mute our headphones for a second so DA can hear this.
Okay. All right. So yeah, not a whole lot went down this week in terms of news. So we'll just probably talk some random shit here and there as well.
I mean, there's a fair bit we can get into in certain topics. I'm
topics.
sure we'll fill the time
But,
just fine.
But yeah, just my news list is short. Not a whole lot happened. All right. But of course,
Triton, we of course are going to talk about the Ralph Carey, the permanent Ralph Carey.
where he carried us into the.
Seth Rollins, not Seth Rollins, Seth Rogen. It's just him.
Did you think it was gonna be anything
the-
different?
I was hoping.
No, there was
There's
never
no
hope
way.
for that.
Put a little ooh, ooh, ooh in his voice or something, but it's just he hopped in the booth.
Would you have been
lines and it could have been
They
anything.
can't
Would
hear
you
us.
have been fine
That's the
if
fun
he
part,
had
is
a
they
little
can't hear us.
black accent on it?
No, absolutely not.
All right, then.
I didn't say a black accent. I said a little.
How do you ook ook?
That's
You figured out that they're gonna be a voice actor.
They can't hear us, Mike.
I don't care.
No, we can't hear y'all. But you know, when it's us, when we're going, we're going.
Mm.
Yeah, true.
I'm just saying. That's not an excuse. Cause if I was paid $3 million and it was like sound like a monkey without sounding racially charged, I'd figure it out.
Or you could just do your thing.
Or just do your thing and just go, well, what's the problem?
No problem at all, sir.
Get off my dick. That is one of my favorite stream clips of all time. Honest to God. Second only to DA literally absolutely losing his shit at the Sora announcement.
Oh, that was great.
All.
I will go back and no, Mike, there's no contest.
No.
You
I was
were-
I was just gonna say, like, all form of language that he had was gone.
There was no DA left there. It was just pure giraffe scream with an attempted language buffer. It was outstanding. Still my favorite stream clip of all time.
Sure, there was
Easy.
probably a bunch of dogs in the neighborhood that were just like.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's in the Hall of Fame. It's that one.
Okay, but as always,
At least it should be in the fucking Hall of Fame.
your
Where is
weekly
the fucking Hall
your
of
weekly
Fame?
reminder: Black Lives Matter, stop Asian hate, get your vaccines and boosters, wear your masks in crowded indoor places, support Ukraine, support LGBTQ rights, support body autonomy, pay your employees what they are worth, and be good to one another. Okay,
Quickly, has anybody else seen The Menu?
I have not.
I have seen many
let
clips
it go.
from the menu. Why?
No, I'm just gonna give a broad thing, man.
Yes, go ahead.
The ending of it. I'm not even gonna say the.
Oh
ending.
yeah. Uh-huh.
There are a lot of people trying to dissect secret meanings and hot takes of what the ending is when it's pretty straightforward. And it's so indicative of what YouTube is. And we've got to look at everything through a microscope to try to find some hidden meaning or wink to the camera that we're smarter.
It's just a thing.
Sometimes a thing is just
It's
a
just
thing.
the thing. There is no subtext. There might be, but
No, this one is just the thing.
Most of the time, just the thing.
I would need to say exactly what happened, but it is just the thing. And there's so many videos just like the menu theory. There's no theories needed. Irritating, dude. I'm telling you, I hate YouTubers. I hate them so much.
I mean,
They're fine.
that's the whole kind of point of the movie, from what I'm seeing, is that it's literally built to dissect the idea that we literally dig in and take the fun out of everything.
Ooh, that's closer to Glass Onion's theme than the menu.
It
But
seems to you the
there
menu's about
are
from everything I'm
parts-
seeing.
There are parts of the menu where you can extrapolate that from.
Everything I've seen of it, that's been the point.
Nah, it's more. See, I can't even because it gives it away, so I can't even speak on.
Yeah, I mean,
what
I
gives
know
it
how
away.
it ends. I know the plot. I know the characters. I know
But
the
these
why.
guys are you gonna watch the
Yeah.
menu, DA?
Yes.
Are you gonna watch the menu, Mike?
No.
Oh, they were crazy. Well, DA is, so I'm not gonna say anything about it.
It does look like it's very well acted, very well written.
It is.
It's not a movie I would want to watch on my own,
You are
as I don't
crazy.
have a drive
It
to
is
watch
a
it.
great movie.
I would
It
love
is
to
well
watch
worth
it in a group, but not alone. I don't have any drive for that.
That's one of those where I will watch alone with a group to dissect with other
Not
people.
Triton. Fucking Christ, Triton.
When
What's
I
on
say,
this
hold
menu?
on, when I said, has anybody seen the menu? Why would you think we were talking about like a Coney Island menu?
That's why I just had a joke and I let it go.
That's
Jesus
unbelievable.
Christ.
The parfait on it was excellent. Why do you ask, BG?
No, see, yes, $13 was outrageous. Oh, okay, cool.
Now he wants DA out so you can talk about the menu.
I'll
I
wait.
mean, I can leave the room for a couple minutes.
No, I'll wait.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we can wait.
All right.
This is your reminder to watch the menu, though.
Okay.
Everybody, it's a great movie.
So, how was the Rumble, wrestling fans?
Terrible,
Not great.
terrible.
It was very basic.
The women's one was better.
The crowd heard it.
The crowd definitely heard it. But the crowd also heard the Roman KO match because it's clear they were just waiting for the storylines after.
But also, that had been what 4.5 hours that the pay-per-view had been going on by then, so they were exhausted.
But you can't even say that because when the storyline stuff did happen, they blew the mic out. They were so loud.
Yeah, because that is the time to do that. It's you got 8 big moments in that match. You go, yeah.
Okay.
Let's get to it. And then you go, yeah. And then you have that big yeah, and then there's no more. But you want to save your energy for that big yeah instead of popping out for those 8 big moments in the I almost said the episode, the match.
You say that, but what moments were there to pop for throughout the show?
I fell asleep.
I cannot answer that.
No,
I
not
was
for
not
the match.
conscious.
For the whole Rumble. What
It's not
moments were there to
conscious.
pop for? There weren't any really big returns. There were
Booker T, he was a hometown boy.
there were a handful of high spots.
Oscar.
Oscar
When she
got
took off that mask, it was just
who
like,
knows?
okay,
It's Killer Clown Kana. Who knows who knows what's going on?
I mean, even if you don't know her, she looked awesome.
She looked
that
awesome.
that face paint was banger.
But again, okay, you got that. I would say there's less than 7 big pops needed for this entire show.
There was definitely more.
The Logan Paul Ricochet thing, Oscar, I'll even give you the Oscar thing.
Bray Wyatt coming out.
Bray Wyatt coming out.
Uncle Howdy's dive.
Don't you dare.
They were popping.
Don't you?
They were
All right,
popping.
we'll even give you the Uncle Howdy.
Did you see?
No.
There was a tweet that I saw earlier, and I was laughing for like 5 minutes straight. I could not breathe. Here it is right here. Everyone, Bray Wyatt should be in Hollywood. Bray Wyatt, this world is an unwashed butt waiting to be cleaned. Rolls eyes back, pop 'em out, pop 'em out. I was dying so hard.
Okay, so we'll give you the Uncle Howdy thing. So we're talking about 5, 6 pops. Even Cody didn't get a reaction like that, so I can't even say that.
But that was one of those that's expected.
No, I don't even mean the end of the match. I mean when he came out.
Yeah, no, because it was expected, and also people were wanting Sammy. So
people definitely
there was like an underlying of boos in that.
What do you even do with the Sammy storyline?
It should be just no. We're pivoting to this. You'll get it. I'm sorry, you'll get your Mania match later, but this is clearly what it is. Because it's not going to be as hot if they do Elimination Chamber or whatever, Fast Lane, whatever is next. It's not going to be as hot as the Mania thing.
Yeah, and I have no idea why you would. It would have been such a better storyline if this all happened in the first match. The Men's Rumble is the last match. Ray gets still taken out, so there's 29 entrants. And then Sammy comes out like, I'm gonna replace him.
Something. That would make a lot of sense, but it's just the weirdest thing because let's say that Sammy and Roman have a match at Elimination Chamber or Fastlane or whatever it is. Once that happens, you got what, a month and a half for Cody to be like, oh yeah, I'm here too.
Yeah.
And that's just gonna be like I mean, don't forget about me. That there's no because normally you got the 2-3 month build up. Because I want that guy, but there's normally 2 guys, but there's one guy who's already wrapped up in a storyline.
There's only one way I can truly see this happening. It's like the Benoit thing and Shawn Michaels, where they're doing a contract signing and Sammy signs his name or something, and they try to make it a triple threat match.
No, I think they want to give Cody his moment.
This is not the moment for it.
It's really not. It's honestly not. It's dumb. It's dumb stuff.
They should truly just go, Cody. You got it next year. This is a promise. You are not winning the Rumble this year. I understand you just came back. You are not winning the Rumble this year. We're gonna have you in a program with someone else.
Somebody big time.
Give
him a win over Brock and just be like, hey, you got a win over Brock. A clean win. Just to be like, this dude is strong.
Yeah, something.
But it's so yeah. In closing, the Royal Rumble was not remarkable whatsoever. Bray Wyatt, man, it's
straight
just
ruined.
Once he gets in the middle of that ring, it's just like Papa Mao.
That's what people were talking about when, like, why not put him on AEW? Because AEW is workers. He is not a worker.
He is a worker, but
he's not.
But it's too inundated in the spooky ooky stuff. And that's the problem. The spooky ooky stuff takes precedent over the matches because it'll be punch and he's just standing there. Or when Kane. Randy Orton was laying there and then Worms started getting
horrible.
That stuff is taking it over. So it can't just be a match. It has to be, oh no, here comes Uncle Howdy. He's distracting somebody and smoke and mirrors and teleporting and stuff. It can't just be a match.
But even when he was just Bray Wyatt, Eater of Worlds, he had just straight matches, and they weren't fantastic.
Sure. But I think that he can do fantastic matches now that
Ooh,
he's had.
I don't think he
under his
could
belt.
do a fantastic match. I think he could do a pretty good match.
I think he can do a fantastic match with a fantastic worker. I think he can do a really good match with a solid hand.
Do you think a non-stipulation Cody Rhodes match could be a fantastic match?
Yes.
I do not agree.
Oh, we're on the separate sides of the fences with that, unfortunately. Pop him out.
Pop him out. Yeah, with the jury thing, Zelina Vega is a big old. She's a nerd. She loves dressing up in fighting game costumes. She loves it. He was a killer in that.
Did you see what Phil said about that?
No.
I'm so mad at this guy. It makes me legitimately mad. He's like, she doesn't deserve this. It should go to legit people who have stakes in the fighting games, like up, down, down, or
she's always in up, down, down. She's in their tournament now for the title.
And then somebody said it's because his whole thing was she's got nothing to do with the fighting game stuff. So why is she doing fighting game stuff? And then somebody Uno reversed on this piece and just went, Phil, you don't care about the Super Bowl, but you're doing this Super Bowl thing. And he went on for legitimately 3 minutes, floundering, trying to find a point.
Are you serious? Was this tweets or live stream? No! What are you doing, Phil?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you that after we get done with this, because it pissed me off him trying to justify why that's okay and this over here is not okay.
God. All right.
That's it for the Rumble.
All right.
I'm glad Brock Lesnar got out of there fast.
Yeah.
I could not stand it.
And I'm glad he's not gonna be the main guy at Mania. He's gonna get in a program with Bobby Lashley, and it's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be a big old Hoss punch man.
That's what Bobby Lashley has always wanted. He wants a big old Hoss match with Brock Lesnar,
and you're gonna get it.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Next up, go into some game stuff. Dead Space just released the remake. Hearing lots of good about it.
Mm-hmm. I will say there is a bit of a problem in that. So the new Dead Space, the Dead Space remake, has essentially hallucinations every now and then, where the marker messes with you. And people are finding it hard to discern what's an hallucination and what's a bug. Because there was a clip with somebody I follow who was trying to catch a train, and he's like, is this a bug or is the game just messing with me? So the train comes, he goes towards it, and he looks at it, and then it just straight disappears. And then he's like, what the happens? And then the train comes again. Is that a bug or was that intentional?
Boy, dude, the Sonic Frontiers, not in the same vein, but also just, you know, like a lot of the game as a whole thing is you're trapped in a digital world. So if like the graphics like glitched out or if like the water looked weird, I'm like, you know, I honestly don't know if this is a bug or if this is an intentional design choice.
Yeah.
Bug or feature. You decide, player.
But yeah. You know, sometimes just a simple choice on an aesthetic in a game or something can help hide things.
Yep.
And you know what? Good on the developer.
Oh, also,
that has to be fun though, because I will just real quick. It has to be fun, because you know a lot of times some games will have like an in-game or just like a website you can go to. It's like if there's any bugs, please report them at this link or what have you. And how many of these bugs that are getting reported aren't? That person's just like, okay, this singer hit trash, and then trash. Wait, nope, trash.
I have gotten into my bi-monthly Superman argument with some dude on a forum about Man of Steel.
Oh no!
I am really tired of this argument.
Of you just trying to defend the movie against haters, right? All those people that hate the Man of Steel
Yep,
and
of
don't
course.
understand the themes and the I can't even joke about this. This is a bad movie. I'm like, what else do people praise?
Hey, here's what they're
Paul
Sorry.
Kent was right. Those kids should have died.
How about
Ooh.
this is exactly how the world would react
Yep.
to a
I
Superman.
agree.
I am so tired of that an argument
Oh, you're gonna
because
hear it again.
it's never the reverse of the argument of is this how Superman would react to the world? It's
Yes,
always
clearly.
about the overarching story and the overarching world. So I was talking to this dude. I was like, he was like, there's no redeeming qualities in the Justice League movie, the Whedon one. And I'm like, as much as I hate that movie, it has three of the most Superman moments in there. Interrupting Batman to go save the civilians, the Flash scene with the race, and the kids speaking in the beginning. He's like, but it doesn't further the plot or anything. It's
That's
just
not
fan
what you
service.
said. That's not what you said.
That's one, not what I said, and two, not everything needs to service the plot. If it's characterization, anything, he said there's no further in the plot or character development. Anything is character development if you learn more about the character. It's just about making
no
it.
redeeming things, but
No!
now you're moving it to there's no redeeming things that further the plot. What happened there?
God,
You can't do that.
it's so frustrating, dude. And you know where this topic started with? It was a video we revisited.
High top.
Oh no.
No. We revisited the Man of Steel film quite recently
If you
by
say
a
so.
man named Phil Minto. And he had at the
I
end
remember.
the CP. Yep.
Yep. Not hearing the end of that.
This was like 2-3 months ago we did this. And I saw that and I went, I recognized that thumbnail. What is this film? And we have revisited it. It's a very bad one.
Yes, it was not very good.
Yeah, so frustrating. Just frustrating stuff all around.
Gotcha. Next up, Forspoken. Boy, the conversations that were surrounding that game for the past week. And now, I've seen a few things here and there in terms of examples of the lines, and yeah, it's a very like video gamey kind of dialogue here and there. But the one that I kept seeing pop up wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
Legitimately. Because I said this when I quote tweeted it. If GLaDOS was saying this to some other character and they were going back and forth, how would people feel about it? Like it's a nothing dialogue, but they hate it so much. And the whole thing has turned into it's because of the way it's presented, the presentation of it. Because Hi-Fi Rush has the same type of dialogue, which is just over the top, cartoony, tongue in cheek, just outlandish statements, but it's presented in a cartoony way, so it's fine. But because this is presented as more realistic, it's cringy.
Yeah, not
It's,
don't agree with
I
that.
can't. These people just cannot dissect media.
And it's one of those things again too, where it's just like at the end of the day, it's like yeah, it has that kind of self-aware like gamer dialogue. I'm not sure how to describe it, but like again, at the end of the day though, does the writing fit? Does it like fit the characters and what have you? Not in terms of like it shouldn't be judged on is the world realistic or is it cartoony? Yeah, I have not played the game, and which is unfortunate just because I was looking forward to it, but then just like I was seeing that like the gameplay seemed to be very repetitive and what have you. I'm not sure if you've played it yet, BG, but I also didn't even.
No,
play
I
the
haven't, but I will be playing it eventually.
Okay. Fourth wall dialogue. That's a good way to look at it, Jet. But yeah, more or less, I think I'm probably just gonna wait for it to lower in price a bit, just not get it now. But yeah, the last little bit of gaming thing that I had was Hi-Fi Rush, which kind of came out of nowhere from what I'm seeing. Like, Xbox just kind of was like, hey, it's here.
Yeah, they had a showcase that talked about a few upcoming games, and Hi-Fi Rush was one of them. They said, well, you can get it now.
Okay. And
it took me a while for it to get to my storefront for some reason on Game Pass. So I ended up playing Telling Lies, and my God, I can't believe how much I love that game. But I would probably never play it again because I basically understand it. I would just need to see the things that happen.
I bet they would just that's a here you go game. It's out now when it's got such a voice cast.
Oh yeah, no. This was cool. This felt clearly like one of those games that would have been a tentpole, it's coming soon type game. But because you could just get it on Game Pass, it felt like, hey, this feels like a fun shadow drop. A lot of people will download it. A lot of people will buy it. We don't need to spend money on marketing or advertisement. You can get it right in now. And people got super hyped for it, and a lot of people downloaded it just because of that. And I was one of them. And I love it. Who's the main character? Is it Josh Keaton?
No, it's Robbie Damon.
Who does he voice?
He was Akechi in Persona.
Okay. Because his voice, every time he spoke, I was like, who is this? Because I know who this is.
But yeah.
It's a good game. Play Hi-Fi Rush, everybody.
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't play Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh, wait a second.
Reverse psychology kicking in.
Caught.
But yeah, at least from what I've seen the gameplay, it's basically like a hack and slash, but you are timing it to the soundtrack of the game itself.
Yeah, it's a rhythm game. It's a rhythm action game, essentially.
Okay.
You get higher points for hitting on the beat. You can, if you're not somebody that can keep up with the beat by just either the visual cues around you or the audio you're hearing, you can activate a little thing at the bottom which will show you when to hit it.
Okay. Because yeah, this is like thinking about that too, where it's just like, hey, like there's a lot of talk and innovations and accessibility. I'm just like, well, this game kind of is just on premise, not so great for deaf people, but that's cool.
Yeah. It's something at the bottom. You'll see the line going, and it'll just say hit circle here, hit triangle here, whatever.
Okay. All right. Definitely want to potentially pick that up. Maybe stream.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
It's a very good game.
I want to play it, but when I play games, I normally just put a podcast or a YouTube video on and just unplay once the cutscene comes on or something.
I could see you still doing that with this game because, like I said, you can follow the beat visually.
That's not fun.
But it's not as fun.
Is the music good?
Oh yeah, music very good.
It would have to be. Instead of me all about it.
For the boss battles, they got licensed music, but there's a streamer mode where you can turn that off. But yeah, very good songs. I've been love the song.
Okay.
And so what happens is, there's platforming and that type of stuff. Platforming will be in tune with the beat. Not your platforming, but the world. Like if let's say a platform falls and another one falls and another one falls, it'll be for a drum, so it'll go do do doom during the beat, and it's
interesting.
It's very good. I love that game.
The audio design, just in terms of development, that had to be a thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. They had to know when the song was being played, how it would sound with that moment. Yeah.
I'm glad that they're getting kudos for such hard work.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And like, when's the last game that you can think of that had just kind of like a shadow drop, at least like successfully?
PT.
Yeah. But how long ago was that now?
2016, I believe.
Ooh. Ooh. That hurt to hear. 7 years ago, man.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Woo. There's so many games out that like.
Oops, I was wrong. Sorry, Mike. Sorry very much. 2014.
Oh.
That's not as bad. Oh no, D, that's not how numbers work. You see, that's earlier.
That's just almost a decade. Almost a decade it's been. just a little bit. There's so many games too where it's like I'll go and look back. Like I replayed Breath of the Wild recently to capture footage for some stuff, and it's just like, oh yeah, this is a 5-year-old game now. I'm like, what happened?
Oh, yeah. I've had so many of those things where I'll watch something or I'll listen to an album or I play it. I go, oh, this came out like 8 years ago. I hate those Twitter posts where it's like, what you think a game 10 years ago in this series was, but what it actually was. And I'm like, no.
I will always say 1990 feels like exactly 20 years ago, and it always has, and I have a feeling that it always will for some reason. But it's simply not. No. Time is horrible.
It is 30 plus years.
Hey, remember that like really new interesting game that we played? With the sassy ladies. You want to know when that came out?
Oh my goodness.
2017.
Oh man, I thought it was like 2018 at least.
No.
That's not good.
Hot 6 years ago.
Man, it doesn't feel like it though.
I know.
It never does. It really never does.
Time sucks. Gets shorter
But
and
again,
shorter, man.
Whenever I talk about time, I will be like, okay, yeah, it doesn't feel like that long ago because we had essentially 2 negative years that just didn't happen. So we can't even count that.
But they did happen, though. We were just inside the whole time, but they did happen.
Nah, run back the clock.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, not a whole lot of other game stuff. I don't even know, like, nothing else really came out. Or is coming out.
Is anybody gonna see? This is not game stuff, but is anybody gonna go see Cocaine Bear?
I am.
There you go. Good man. I am going to see it. I don't know if I'm going to go see it in theaters.
Oh no, of course not. No.
Because that's why I said go see.
Oh no, go see? No.
Okay.
Well, I might go see it if people say that it's bad enough and there's something else that I could just watch on the same day. Because if it's like Ant-Man. Yeah, something like that. But if it's gonna be your 5, your 6, your 4, no thank you.
You want a 2 or an 8?
I want a 2 or an 8. That's where the sweet spot is. That's where the money is.
Yeah.
See, I can't even say that because I think Man of Steel as a whole is a 6.
Yeah. No, thank you.
But like,
I think it's a horrible movie.
You have such a connection to that character. You don't have any connection to Cocaine Bear, the character. You know.
What? You don't know. I love cocaine. I love bears. What's the problem?
But Man of Steel is a technically competent movie.
Yes, but so is I, Frankenstein. You're telling me I, Frankenstein is not a technically competent?
The capes?
Wait, no. Are you talking about as in it is technical and competent as opposed to it is technically competent?
Yeah, no, technical and competent.
There we go. That's all I needed. We needed to clear that up. Because, again, technically competent, I, Frankenstein is.
It's a movie. There are frames going on the screen.
I don't know if there could be heavier air quotes so we could use.
Yeah, somebody was just talking about what your favorite movie you agree is bad but you love.
It's one of my favorite experiences watching that with everybody. It's that car scene happening.
It's every time.
It was just so good.
The countdown,
disbelief on your face.
The countdown to this day, it's just like this is happening now. Why?
Dude, Kelly is a superstar for Bad Movie
Yes.
Day. A superstar.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
I do. I love her and Cats just going, no.
What? And Idris Elba shows up without that coat. She just goes, no.
That was one of the best bad movie experiences because it was every time you made a noise, a face, anything, you had to drink, and nobody could hold their shit.
Oh no! And then there's when I paused, I
Uh-huh.
had to kill my drink for the McCavity.
McCavity.
I had to
What to
pause.
know?
I had to pause
going
the fucking
back.
movie. I had to pause the movie. I was in control of it. I had to pause it. It
So
killed
great.
me.
So great.
I remember every ounce of that night and Kelly's face going from this can't be real to why the fuck does this exist?
This is one of the worst things.
She
that
was
ever
legitimately just like,
existed.
oh, this is whatever. And as it went
It's
on,
like,
these
oh, we're gonna get more and more of this. And again, it was the last song, and old girl is flying away in the balloon. I go, all right, we got 2 more songs, and she just goes, what? She was done, so.
She couldn't have been any more unhappy.
That was
Oh no, she
an
was
experience.
miserable.
Oh,
Y'all don't understand Cats. It's so good.
Nobody could.
and you know, Ralph has said he's not one of those types of people that love doing it. I don't understand
Yeah.
how people
Especially
can't love
in that-
watching
that moment.
film. Just absorbing trash.
And wasn't
Watching
that-
it with friends in that sense, it was a fun time. But I, on my own, could not.
No, on your
I think
own.
it's
There's
different.
no point. The point in watching bad movies by yourself, that just goes less and less. Because at any point you just go, I can just turn this off and
Yeah.
walk away.
Well, that's the
But
thing
when-
exactly. I think your guys' perspective on it is guided by you're always able to just be like, "Hey, yo, we're watching.
Let's
this."
watch Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, the rest of us, at least for me, it's like, no, I don't have that, so I've got no drive to do
Yeah,
so.
that makes sense.
Was that the weekend that my voice was up as well?
Oh
I think
yeah,
so.
it was.
Whatever reason that was.
I forgot about that. Just like overnight, because you came in and you were fine, and then the
Yeah.
next day, just like, oh, what the?
What's going? And it wasn't anything that. It was nothing. I was just. It was horrible. So I'm sitting there trying to sing Skibble Crank the Railway Cat, and it was just nothing coming out. And I'm just like, I need to belt this out because it's Skibble Shake the Railway Cat, and there's nothing. I was pissed.
Yes, at least for me, getting back to Cocaine Bear, which is where this discussion started. Yeah, it would have to be with people.
Yeah.
I won't go to see it in theaters, and like Ralph, like I wouldn't want to just sit here and
I feel like I
twiddle my
would just
thumbs.
sit
Yeah,
there and
no.
watch it. I feel like it's just ridiculous enough that you can enjoy it on your own.
Okay, next up, the whole M&M's thing. You've all seen this, right?
What?
thing?
The M&M company or Hershey's, whoever owns it.
M&M's.
Yeah,
Okay.
M&M's.
I thought you were talking
Not
about
the rapper. Not the rapper.
Yeah, I was gonna say what?
All of the candy spokespersons are just gone now. They're gone.
We can't be having people jerking it to our candy. Get out of here. You think that's gonna stop them?
That wasn't even it though. It was the
That was
outcry.
underlined out there.
Yeah, the outcry of, oh, they changed her shoes.
Yep. That's what started it.
Yes.
It's like that meme with the big old dominoes. Yeah, that's all it is. It started with the change of shoes, and it's just like, well, we're just not gonna have anybody.
Yeah, y'all can't have nothing no more. So yeah,
I feel bad for the Billy West and the other dude. I think they were both Billy West actually.
the yellow M&M was J. Jonah Jameson.
Okay, yeah, I feel bad for them.
I mean, they've been doing it for so long.
But it was a steady check.
Sure, but they still get residuals for. Yeah, with
Well, that's the
commercials,
thing.
absolutely.
Are they gonna play like during Christmas? Are they gonna play that dumb Santa commercial now because they're not spokes candies or whatever the hell anymore?
Yeah, are they gonna keep doing the old commercials now? They're gonna keep coming out with new ones, and now they're not gonna be there, and those are gonna leave circulation eventually.
Yeah. You know, I don't know what happens when
You know-
something gets retired.
Yeah, at least with commercials. With a TV show, you can enter syndication. It can
Well,
go
I
on
mean,
for
even with the
decades.
commercial, because you can run a Dell commercial basically anytime.
Yeah.
Just switch off. Hey, these are the specs now. Whatever.
Mhm.
Same commercial. Whatever. But when a mascot gets replaced, there's no real point in doing that because if you look at the box, what's gonna be on the bag?
Yeah, they would have to. Okay, are they just not having the talking mascots, or the mascots just gone?
I don't know.
Because they would have to change all the packaging.
True. That is very true.
It'll be one of them big old reductions. It's just the M in the middle.
Ugh.
Just a brown or yellow bag with a giant M in the middle, or the M&Ms in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, the whole it is like the super crown thing. But like I said, there's no reports of them going stop jerking off to our green M&M.
We knew what it was.
But it's
the
definitely a factor.
the soundbite they put out to announce it says that they are retiring the mascots from any promotional marketing campaigns.
Okay, that's
Campaigns with a
promotional marketing.
plural.
Okay, so that's marketing. The packaging is not marketing; it's just packaging. I don't know. What they're gonna do
That's
there.
actually not right. Marketing and packaging are actually tied together.
Well,
For most companies, that's actually spun into one entity.
All right,
So
we'll see.
this is going to be one of those things where wait and see.
Yeah, I would think that
From the sound of it, they are getting. Sorry, no, it's okay. From what I'm reading, they are literally removing them from any facet of marketing, and packaging is part of marketing. So yeah, it seems like they are just going to change up their packaging designing, which is not altogether that hard.
All because
my whole thing was-
Tucker Carlson didn't like a pair of shoes.
We'll tell you in a
among
second.
other
Try
things, among other things, we've discussed this. But yeah, there'd be no point in having the M&M characters if you don't have a billboard to be like these are M&Ms.
Yeah.
It'd just be these things. There's no commercial. There's no
Maya Rudolph is now replacing the animated talking treats as Eminem's new chief of fun.
Yes.
So Maya Rudolph is going
just-
to be the new.
the
I
face
like
of it.
I like
Yeah.
Maya Rudolph. This is dumb.
So what the whole thing was, Triton, is that M&Ms were going woke because
Yep.
the green M&M essentially stopped having go-go boots and being overly sexualized, and she just had shoes.
Super feminine.
Yeah, she was super uber duper feminine.
She was
Oh.
the femme fatale M&M. If
Yeah.
you catch my drift, this is the M&M you want to pork.
God damn it, Triton.
What's Go-Go Boots?
This is a rabbit hole of explanations.
Just high heeled.
No, hold on.
Nah, shut up.
See,
High heeled boots.
Basically,
What are high heels?
Triton, I want to teach you a really good trick that's going to carry you for the majority of your working life. When you have a question about something we reference, fucking Google it, homie.
Oh, we've tried.
I've
It's not
asked,
happening.
I've asked this already.
Fucking Google it. Christ.
Oh boy. Okay. Next up. This is just a just funny thing, but I mean it's kind of digging the hole of the Cowboy Bebop Netflix series. Apparently the creator of Cowboy Bebop, like the Japanese
Could
director,
not stand it.
he watched the opening scene, turned it off, said that that was clearly not Cowboy Bebop, and then moved on.
Did he explain what he meant by that?
Mostly just like they didn't have like the same vision, image, pacing, what have you. And just like the end of it, he's like, clearly the only real way they could have like kind of matched the tone of the original show is if I was a bigger part of the production, which I was not.
That's kind of what happened with the Arthur of World War Z, where they were like, that's just a movie with the name World War Z.
I mean, that was clearly not World War Z.
Certainly.
This was an attempt to be Cowboy Bebop at the very least. That was, they didn't even try.
It was an attempt, but it just did not capture at all.
I thought it was okay.
And that's why I have tentative hopes about the One Piece, because Oda is involved in that.
My hopes, my dissenting opinion was never on the structure or the story or the pacing.
I understand.
Cool, sir.
I understand. But the structure and the pacing is also an issue when it's a live action thing of you're condensing 50, 60 episodes into 13 or so. That's always going to be an issue. So I'm hoping that things are going to go well in that aspect, because visuals could be overlooked for the sake of quality.
I will say that they are doing very well on the pacing of The Last of Us. Very well.
But that's a very story-heavy game. You don't really...
And One Piece isn't a story-heavy series?
But again, you can do all that you need to do in 13 episodes.
For the entirety of a 30-hour game?
Yeah. Because you take out the gameplay.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And just, I mean, like, those games themselves, just like for cutscenes and story, are very cinematically shot. Like, you could probably take a cutscene and just recreate it in live action, and it'd be fine.
They do.
I've seen side-by-sides where they basically do. So it's a lot easier doing that with a heavy story-driven, instead of just...
So, The Last of Us original runtime, with all cutscenes, is 5 hours.
Yeah, you can do that easy.
Easy.
I will say,
and plus they're adding stuff, so they can stretch
for the gameplay portions.
Season 2.
I mean, they have 13 episodes that are each about an hour. Yeah, they have plenty of room to add.
Do they have 13 episodes, or is that just something that I said?
I believe they have.
Okay.
I think they have close to 10 at least. Yeah, hold on.
Hey, man, we'll believe anything you say. Don't lie to us now.
Please don't, because I just said the number. Y'all rolling with it. It's like... Hey, wait a second.
There's 9.
Yep. Split the difference.
So that's basically 9 hours of content. So that's an extra 4 hours of content.
Oh, they are using those 4 hours, because I love they're adding.
Oh, absolutely.
That intro to episode 2 was ungodly.
Dude.
And you got all these people.
Wait for tonight's.
So I understand the misgivings of the original infection. The infection was, we knew basically what it was, but it wasn't really explored, and people feel like the lack of exploration makes it more horrifying. I don't necessarily agree. I feel like if it's a horror movie monster, potentially you could say that. If it's something that goes bump in the night, but we see, they're plants. They get inside of you, they control you. Mm-hmm. Exploring more of the plants doesn't make it less of what that is.
Mm-hmm. Especially considering these characters wouldn't know that. So you would have to have an omniscient narrator just go, the plants are these.
Yeah. So what they did with the beginning of episode 2, where they had one of those people that study plants. They were like, I've spent my whole life studying these things. They cannot survive in humans. Like,
not plants, fungus, different things.
Fungus, whatever. I come check out this body, yo. And she picked it out, and it was alive. And she went, "Oh no, get me the f out of here!"
All right.
So they sat her down, and they were like, "How do we contain this?" Like, we came to you for a cure. Listen to me, please. There is no cure.
Yeah.
There is no containing this. They were like, "Okay, what do you suggest?" Bomb.
Yeah, that's
bomb everything.
That was.
And she was like, "Can I leave to be with my family?"
Cleansing fire.
She was just bomb. Yeah. Begin bombing now. And I was, Jesus Christ! There wasn't she took 4 seconds to say bomb!
Because it's like, oh, everything that I thought was wrong. Oh, this is real bad. We're done.
Yeah, no, bomb everything! It was
Part
one of
is-
my favorite things! Just bomb!
Bomb. Legit. No, that was outstanding.
God, I love this series.
But here's the fun part about that scene also. Are any of you familiar? Like, do any of you like follow the discussion going around the show and what they're changing and like the theories that what's going to lead to what? Because I've been.
I peek in on those types of things.
Okay. So episode 1, people were theory crafting that the source of the spread of the cordyceps in the storyline was bread. Because, you know, they made such a show of the people not eating bread being okay. It's the ones who were fed the muffins, ones who were talking about eating sandwiches. Yeah, exactly. And so what happens? Beginning of episode 2, the first recorded samples come from where? Employees at a granary. The world's largest granary, apparently, that they used as a set point.
You know what? That's
So
very
essentially-
smart.
Yeah.
I
That
like
was a really clever little bit of information. So now you know how this thing spread around the world so fucking fast. It spread in bread. And because it's a fungus, it can survive. Because what is bread? There's yeast. There's bacteria for it to feed on. So it can stay alive in its very base form and spread once consumed like wildfire. Like, that was fucking genius.
Yeah,
I
that's great.
loved that. Triton, fuck you.
I heard they're also doing The Last of Us Part 2 live action. Yeah, season 2 is gonna be
Season
Part
2
two.
is game 2.
but they don't know if they're gonna split that into 2 seasons. Mostly Abby, the other mostly Abby.
Well, have you also heard? There was a tweet from somebody connected to it. Maybe I think it was one of the graphic artists or one of the storyboarders or whatnot tweeted out that when they announced it, they were like, the most important thing is to ghost whoever they cast as Abby. That cannot come out until the show releases because they will get flamed.
Yeah, no. These people are insane. Insane.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't have to be that way, but the fact is they're right. Whoever they cast as
And
Abby is going to be lit on fire on the.
I'd love if they were just like, no, I'm Abby, y'all.
That'd be hilarious.
But they know what would happen.
Oh yeah, dude, it would be big bad.
Yeah.
You were saying something, Dia?
Yeah. Do you think that there's going to be substantial changes to that storyline, or are they just going to be like, no, we did it right the first time? Yeah.
I feel like there's gonna be difference in the sequence of events. I could see the end of part of season 1, after credit scene with some girl just like dad and opens the door and sees her dad dead, and that was what Joel did. I could see something like that. So we have some indication of who this character potentially is and their motivation. I could see something like that.
Oh, for a fact, I think even before the show got greenlit for a season 2, in the script they already had a Abby dash somewhere there in the script.
Yeah. So I don't think they're gonna pace it the same exact way they did. What's that eyes? Oh yeah, no, you didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, no.
What?
A person died recently. The actress for Tess in the Last of Us game.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
Your breast happens quick. Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cancer
boy, that is
sucks.
a disease. That is a disease, dude. I remember grandma having breast cancer, and they took it off, and she would always have to put on that bra that had an extra one. It's just like,
Oh yeah. No, that's the rough shit, man. Like, cancer is fucking awful.
Yep. Just seeing what it did to my aunt. Just slowly but surely just eats you up.
Yep.
That's why The topic of things like assisted suicide is so hot because if there's a like terminal diagnosis, I if a person is with it, I don't know.
Yeah, it's that has been a moral discussion for many years.
And it
Yeah,
will continue to be.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it's never gonna stop.
It's a rough question to ask.
Yep. All right. In terms of more bad news, well, I guess good news depending on how you look at it. Justin Roiland's basically like out of everything.
Oh yeah, he's done so.
Of
was
everything.
let go from Adult Swim / Rick and Morty. Was let go of Hulu and Solar Opposites. And this one I found
Koala Man.
and he voluntarily left Studio Squanch, who makes High on Life.
Yeah, okay. Voluntarily, quote unquote.
No, he was pushed the fuck out.
Just that's what the report said.
Oh yeah, you can voluntarily leave when you're given the options leave and have
Triton,
that on your
I'm
head.
sorry.
Or
Triton,
get fired.
Triton, who are they gonna prosecute in suicide? Hey, they got they dug my man's Pope up. I'm just like, you ain't done with you yet.
True.
Oh, you thought you ain't getting away from this justice. Bro, that was one of the best ones. Just the court rendition of it.
My God.
What are we doing here, world?
But yeah, and the thing is too, like I've seen a few things here in the whole Justin Roiland thing. It's like, who are they going to recast as Rick and Morty? It's like, one, those voices aren't exactly hard. And then like I've seen so many people just like, yo, this guy on TikTok can do like all the voices 1-to-1 easily, and then I listen to him and be like, yep, that's more than good enough.
I saw a tweet that was just like, I weep for the casting director that's gonna get hundreds of bad Rick and Morty impressions.
There was a tweet I saw with like, this is my audition for
The
Rick and
lady-
Morty. Yeah. It killed
He
it.
starts off with "I caramba," and I was done.
Your grandpa, we gotta go. So deadpan, not trying any voices. I loved it.
But yeah, it's the same way that I feel about Frieza, where it's gonna be really close, but it's gonna be that 5 to 10% when you just go, that's not what it is, because you're just imitating somebody as opposed to somebody making that character and making it their own. You can slot into the character, but you're never gonna be the person that originally did it, unless you do it better, which has been done before. But something like Crow, Jason Leachbeck, I believe his name was.
Lightback or something.
He didn't try to imitate Vic per se. He tried to do the same feeling, but it wasn't a Vic imitation. So he's trying to make it his own. It's a whole new thing at this point. But they're going to be trying to imitate Rick and Morty. And I saw the dude on TikTok. His Morty is just like, that's 99%. But that Rick, that's the 10% where I'm just like, it's not quite there.
You could definitely hear the Rick, the not quite there for Rick.
And that's where I'm just like, maybe Morty, not Rick. Meeseeks was good.
The thing is, though, like, for the Frieza example, like, the reason that role had to be recast is because he passed away. And was, like, not physically fit. Like, in this case, and I feel like that's why that 10%, like, you can feel it more, just because you're just like, if he was healthy. Like, there's no controversy around Chris Ayers. Versus...
No, but once you hear something enough times, you go, I know this voice actor would go up at the end of this sentence, and they're more flat at the end of the sentence, and it's like that could have been better if it was over
but
here.
Then
it's not just a controversy thing.
At least for me, though, the next thought would be like, but the original voice actor's a child groomer, so it's fine. Like,
well, we're going into meta.
That's just all I'm saying.
Right, you have to understand there are dumb laws everywhere.
And it seems more like suicide is illegal, but it's because if you don't succeed, then you're getting prosecuted.
Yeah.
But if you succeed, what is there? But if you don't, you slash your wrist and you don't do it the right way, you live, they go, all right.
Children can be prosecuted for attempted suicide.
Nigeria. Oh man, they should. I think that they should be all right with that. I think they should be, assisted a little bit, if anything.
Wow.
Yeah, this is nothing. Yeah, I did some law in Michigan about Sundays. Like, you can't bathe on Sundays or something like that. It's so weird. There's an article which looks at a lot of weird laws that are still technically in place.
Mm-hmm.
And it will blow your mind, the things that are technically illegal right now.
Then
Oh man.
What?
Dang, I was just like, I had my facts lined up, but then it's just like, oh, I guess we're going into weird laws now. And the first one, I just went, oh, mother, what?
Yeah, see, this one right here. Domino's may not be playing on Sunday. It is illegal for a driver to be blindfolded while operating a vehicle. It is legal to drive down the wrong way of a one-way street if you have a lantern attached to your automobile.
The one that I saw was in Hong Kong, a woman is allowed to kill her adulterous husband, but only with her bare hands.
You see what are we doing here?
wow.
Hey, get him.
It is illegal to kill Bigfoot.
I agree.
Like, what do we...
There you go. Last bit of news. So anyone who is into tabletop board games, or just tabletop RPGs, I should say, is probably super aware about the whole OGL debacle. Doesn't seem like a strong enough word.
Shit show. Nightmare.
Yeah. Where Wizards of the Coast released a new open gaming license where they're like, and basically it all stemmed from, hey, anything that you create in the Dungeons and Dragons format, we own it, and you have to pay us royalties. So like Critical Role, Dimension 20, all the big streaming shows that use Dungeons and Dragons as a platform, were going to be hit pretty hard. And even smaller streams that maybe wanted to get up and running, like they were gonna have a much harder time. And just collectively, everyone was like, fuck this. One of the few justifiably good online mobs. And basically just like outcry was overwhelmingly against Wizards of the Coast. And they're like, okay. We'll revise some things a little bit. 1.2a still was shit. And Wizards of the Coast finally, as of like a day or two ago, were like, all right, we're just going back to 1.0. Just
this
kidding.
Feels very much like the Fine Bros trying to do React World.
True.
We're like, oh, this is so awesome for everybody. We all hate this. We're very sorry we tried to implement this.
But yeah, I'm curious just because like at this point, just like, okay, current status quo is, back to what it was. But the fact that just like Wizards of the Coast tried it, you know where their heads are at.
Yep.
So I know a lot of people are potentially like looking into other ventures, looking into other tabletop RPGs, what have you, different systems. Because basically, like, Wizards of the Coast owns the D20 format, which is any game that is based off of a 20-sided dice. They own it. Kind of weird, but that's just how the legality of it works. Other systems will use like a D12 or a D6 as like the base dice of the game. So I know like a lot of people were thinking of like going to Pathfinder or just like some other formats and stuff. And Yeah. Kind of curious to see where it goes. I don't think we were, at least anytime soon, planning on doing any tabletop RPG type of show or what have you. But like, yeah, it definitely puts that into question of, do you start one? If this is going to happen just like that, you know?
At any time.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know what a two-sided dice is called? What, Gavin?
What?
Don't let it
I
happen.
was thinking about how that could go.
Yeah. I'd rather not. Fact man?
All right. Fact us up
So-
and get us out of here.
So I was going to originally just have a normal fact, but then I went into the weird facts, and I was just scrolling through it, and I want to do this one because I have not found any information on it, and I want to know what's going on behind this one.
It's a coin. That's funny.
I had a feeling it was going to be coin, but yeah, that makes sense.
In Wilbur, Washington, it is illegal to ride a horse that is deemed to be too ugly. And I was looking for what constitutes as too ugly. Why was this law made? What is the fine? And I found nothing.
So it's just fully like
Who judges the
essentially.
sexiness of a horse?
It's like the wizard from last week.
Yeah,
You're just the horse judger.
yeah, it's like you're gonna be the weird guy that's just like, that is a pretty horse.
Practically a pony.
Did you say the amount? I found the amount.
How much is the amount?
$300. If your horse is too ugly, I mean, hey,
Every
like,
time you ride it, though.
Yeah.
and just
But
like
can you gussy it up? Or is
when-
it just like putting makeup on a pig, essentially? Like,
when this law was made, $300 was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. When was it made, though?
Let's see. Look at this
Because if
link.
it's made in, like, let's just say 19... That's stupid. It can't be. Oh, no. Midwest. Like 1910, yeah. 300 would be a ton of a lot. I wonder if somebody was just riding a donkey and calling it a horse. And they were like, nah, that's
We
too
can't
ugly.
be having this.
It's too ugly, buddy.
Let's see.
Everybody's just researching, trying to find a horse.
Let's look
Just
at
like,
Wilbur.
what constitutes ugly horse?
Washington.
What is an ugly horse?
Okay. These laws. It's just gonna say the law, right?
Yep. Oh, you know it.
Oh, come on. Give me the year. Give me
Okay,
the year.
So it says that it was repealed 100 years after it was passed. So
That's not
it
good
is no longer a law. But even right now, if we go 100 years in the past and just go, let's just say the 1900 flat, that's still gonna be, what is 300?
You can get jailed in Hartsville, Illinois for riding a ugly horse.
Wow.
Okay, $300 in 1900 flat was 10,000 today.
Jesus!
So you fighting for the prettiness of your horse.
Inflation
Whatever you gotta
sucks.
do for horse judge, you gotta do it. You like, I'm not getting that's several houses back then.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, because I was seeing some old like house ads thing from like 1970, and it was own this house for $1,200. I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah, nah, you not. I'm dying on this horse. I'm doing whatever I gotta do to convince you. Nah, Come on now, dude. Let me go. Just give me this one.
Hold on.
What's wrong with humanity? It's just a bunch of stupid laws that stupid people make because I don't know.
I'm sure
Now-
at some point there was a reason.
Yeah, because you got those.
Well, here's the thing. Like, what was the average income of that area in its time period the law was made? Because if this was a upscale area, then this could have been a way to keep it gentrified, keep out the riffraff.
Sure,
Because
but
if you
then
keep the commoners out of your space where this law is enacted,
but then you ride up with a horse and you just go, "Hey, yo, that's an ugly horse," and then you put it next to
Well, but that's-
Johnson's horse, and it's
and
like
I
this
looked
is the
up-
same muffin horse.
I looked up Wilbur Washington just to see what it was like. The fourth suggested one was horse. Ugly horse.
No, this is a thing.
Ugly horse was the first. It is essentially a mountain town.
This seems like cowboy stuff. Oh man, if it was, oh my goodness, that is one house and a big old field.
I'm kind of
Oof.
disgusted at the percentage difference of that house that you just said, buy this house for $12K basically. I just did the math of what my house is worth, and I am
Big hurt.
yeah.
That
Why you
but
big
those were
hurt?
around the time
What's the difference?
You
I'm
could
not-
pay for college and pay for a house with a McDonald's salary.
Yeah, it was gross.
Yeah. I'll say it after the stream just because,
Yeah.
people. I assume most of the people in chat can do math, so they could just reverse.
Reverse.
I don't know.
They'll know two of the
I
numbers.
don't know about that.
They can get the third. All right. With that,
Keep your horse pretty.
Yeah,
Keep your horse pretty.
Want no ugly
Groom?
horse.
lot of grooming, a lot of brushing. Otherwise, it's a down payment on a house you got to pay. Back in the day.
And you got a pretty sad horse as well.
This is the guide. This
Yeah.
is visited guide.
It's one house in all of Wilbur, Washington, and it was a tax on that guy. This dude keep bringing his ugly horse into our town. Nah, not no more. I got something for you.
All right. With that, we will call this episode of the podcast of stuff a close. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you all next week.
Later.
Bye-bye.